presents an even bigger problem, the fact that anyone could use goons against you, and you've seen such cases. What do you say to this level of erosion of a democracy and freedoms?
First of all, I think we have a growing population that is unemployed. And the youth have always gone around politicians and political events because what they're looking for at that particular point is a handout, okay? I mean, this didn't start today, but it's been escalating, and it's escalating because of the growth in population and the fact that we don't have gainful employment for our youth. So let me take you to, I think, 2017, the campaigns of 2017. I went to the University of Nairobi to talk to women groups, okay, the Women's Association. And as I came out, the gates were closed. And when the gates were closed, I wanted to leave, and there was one of, I think he since he died. His name was OCS, I think. And they closed the gate and they demanded 100,000 shillings. It was a Friday, they wanted 100,000. I tried to call the OCS to say, you know, I mean, I didn't think I'm in the university grounds. I need police to know I'm here. So I just went in, I tried to call, right? But at that time we had a scenario where you couldn't, you know, if you were opposition, you couldn't even call the police and ask for assistance. You couldn't even, you know, when we were chased around Nairobi, I mean, how many times did Sifuna and myself drive into police stations after we finish a rally because we're being chased by motorbikes? And it's so dangerous. How many youth have died falling off cars or falling off motorbikes, high speed? It's like it's the adrenaline. It's what they do. And it's grown and escalated because of population. So at that point, believe you me, I had to find money, all right, to get out of the university. So this is escalating. So the question is, I have events. And in my events, I always inform the OCS. I always inform, the administration. I'm having an event. They will be there. But the police, even if there are 10 policemen who will come for that event, when the youth, when we call them goons, these are young Kenyans. When the youth come, they will outnumber the police. You don't want tear gas. You don't want the youth shot. You cannot have, it's an event, it's a public event, if it's in a school, for instance. So the thing is, we've learned over the years to know that this group, I can have an event in Mathare. It's not just the youth of Mathare who will be in that event. It'll be the youth across Nairobi. And each one has their leaders. So what you have to do...
But there's a difference between an amorphous group of youth in that general area
yes.
and vis-a-vis a team that is paid just to do that job, to come and disrupt and cause violence.
You see, I had this experience once, I think when we were having the elections in, again, 2017, where they went, a group of ODM youth, right, went and thought that it was right for them to disrupt a meeting in Uhuru Park that was happening with Honorable Shebesh. And at that point, I called them because I got to know about it. I apologized to Honorable Shebesh and I told her this is wrong. This should not have happened. And I called my youth and I said, if I ever hear that you're going to disrupt any meeting of any of my opponents, right? You will never ever be in my... And
you've said something very interesting.
Yes.
My youth.
My youth.
Yes, it would appear it is the ownership is with the politicians. That each politician means
because I know.
Let
me tell you what. I know the ODM youth. All right, and I know that they're strong and passionate about our party. But I actually said to them, I said, if you go and disrupt. Because I knew the guys who went, all right? And I said, if you go and disrupt my opponent's meeting ever again, right? You will not be in my team. You will not offer me the security. They come in and they say they're offering us security. So once I did that, and I apologized to Shebesh, it never happened again. So I agree with what C.S. Murkomen is saying, that we as leaders have to call the youth that are with us to stop this. Yes. But then what we saw in Nairobi, when we had the demonstrations, right? We saw another group and we saw accusations that they were affiliated with the governor, all right? And then, for me, I feel we as leaders have to be very clear that, if we pit youth against each other, it's going to get nasty, So first of all, the leaders have to stop engaging youth to disrupt meetings of other opponents.
Yes. Bwana Gakuya, and you've been in this business in Nairobi for a while now. You're serving your third term.